Hey everybody, how's it going? Okay, the usual hellos. Lot more crypto, Ethereum, P Bacala, Matt, Speed Hunters, Likes Cake, Bear, MTPK, Elias, Harry Van Wheel, and everyone else who's going to say hello after that point. So how are we all doing? Everyone good today? Well, yeah, I just said how are we all doing? I hope everyone is doing very well, as always. And yeah, let's just go into the charts. So I'm still holding this long that I've been holding since last week. I've taken profit on it again today. It's now at a mighty 0.125 BTC position size because I keep just going half again, half it again, half it again, half it again, every time, just 50% take profits. But still in $600 of unrealized profit left to go, even though it's like the tiniest position size ever now. I have also just taken a short position. So I am in a short, which I would be, well, I shared this on Twitter. So yeah, it's like here, 24,899. So I'm in a short position from 24,899. That's like 0.5 BTC. So I'm up about $120 on that already. I have taken profit on this as we came back down into the POC. So yeah, like small position sizes today, because we're going into CPI. So we are going to follow CPI. We're going to see what happens with that. And yeah, see how that goes. So this at the moment, scalp short, we've taken out the Asia highs. How many times did I say London takes out an Asia high or an Asia low? You can trade it because it's happening every single day. So just wait for which side it takes. It didn't take the lows. Here's our Asia low. It's down here. I've got it marked on the chart. I don't even need the sessions thing. There's your Asia low. We haven't taken it, so therefore there's the long hasn't really come into play. We did our New York, no, not New York. We did our London trading room earlier. So for those of you who are in the crew, we actually got like this long. And that could still be running now. It wasn't for me. This was like a very just quick in and out type of thing. I'm already in a very, well, I was going to say a very big long position, but now it's a tiny long position. But it's just, I'm in that long, so I don't really want to be getting like too crazy with any additional trades here on that account and starting to compound that and everything. But yeah, this was the long that we had from our London trading room earlier. You could still be riding that. I still have a very much a bullish bias. Can people hear I've got the washing on in the background. Is there like lots of background noise when I'm talking, or is it okay? It's just drying, so I can stop it if there's loads of noise. It's noisy for me. It's distracting me, but yeah. Peter Johnson, hey Luke, missed along this morning, but took the short from the SFP of the Asia highs. Nice. So yeah, this is basically what we've been trading. Here we go. So there's your Asia session. You come up, you take out the highs. So I'd missed the opportunity to take the shorts. This is the one that we went over on the stream yesterday. Okay, so we were looking at the confluence that we have with previous highs, daily MPOC, daily level, and got a decent move off of that. But because it's Asia, because it's low volume, because there's not that many people trading it, come back up, take it again. And now we are left with 8 minutes to go until we see some serious volatility. So this is why I have taken profit on this and why I might just get out of this very quickly. So it was a 1 BTC size. It's now like a 0.5 BTC size. I don't think I want to be holding like a $12,000 position going into CPI. Particularly. So we'll monitor this for a few more minutes. We do, of course, have volatility incoming in just over, in 7 minutes time. So we can look at that. We can also look at the S&P, which is climbing a little bit here. Look, even the S&P did this, didn't it? This was earlier on. Asia highs, you take out Asia highs, you get a short. Lord, airing your dirty laundry. No, my laundry is clean. It has been cleaned. I am. Oh no, I am airing. I guess it's drying. Yes, but it is clean laundry. It's not dirty anymore. I'd like to see it go above 25k. If I'm honest, I'd like to see it take out the highs of the range, which is just up here. So place another alert. We've got 25,300. That being the high of our recent range. If we're also looking on spot, okay, we have 25,320, which it never reached last time. It never quite got there, but that is the low from the previous range. So if you look on Coinbase over here, then we never quite got there. Never quite got it. So yeah, interesting to see what will happen here. Yeah, I still have very, very, very much a bullish bias on this, but scalping shorts against that is okay as long as they're just scalps. Let me get this up just so we can know when the volatility is likely to come in. Also, as always, please do hit that like button. And if you are new and you have not seen any of our streams before, then do go check out tauruscrypto.com, where you can find out more information about the crew, about us, about what we do. There's plenty more information on the website there. You can join the crew if you would like to do so. So as I say, we traded the London session this morning. We got into that long position, which was really nice. We were talking about the opportunity for a few shorts. Everything at the moment is just going really, really, really quite well with all the trades that we're taking. The ones that I'm calling on streams and the ones that we are doing within the trading rooms as well. So yeah, we do of course have CPI imminently about to happen. So I don't care what it is. I don't care if the actual is different to what it is. It will go for where the liquidity within the market is. If we're going to have a look at, I'm going to do a crazy prediction right now. So I would say the likelihood is from CPI is that we take the highs here. I think S&P and dollar will initially pump together. This is my mad idea for this because both of them seem to be doing quite well. I think both this high and this low will get taken out. I would say we will go for the highs first, then we go for the lows, and then we see where things settle. Is this looking bearish? Is it looking really a bit of a mess, or are we just looking at this as then getting continuation higher and continue the oh my god, still got this open, right? Sorry. You guys need to shout at me if I'm showing the wrong screen, if I'm showing the wrong seats. S&P, what I was saying was this is my prediction. There we go. Yeah. Highs, lows, liquidity. Sweep the highs, sweep the lows. I'm feeling continuation higher. So that's overall what I'm going for from this in 3 minutes time. If we are to look at the dollar, it's a similar situation, but I feel that the dollar will also get a move up out of this. So I'm a little bit torn between, like, obviously dollar having a little spike down and reversing, which is going to do it. I don't know if I'm going for the DXY or if I'm going for the S&P off of this. If Bitcoin has a similar situation, then yeah, I think it's going to be like we've seen already, where 25k can get swept, and then we can have a decent retrace back down towards the lows of this range here. Now, the important thing that we do need to bear in mind is at this stage, we cannot really be losing 23,700. That is where the meat of this move is held. So the majority of long positions that initiated that final squeeze, this is where your imbalances are. And it was long positions that basically gave us that move. That has held once. I wouldn't mind a little SFP off of these lows, but really, I do not want to see price coming back down below and getting caught below 23,700 there. Because I'm aware that this is just about to go nuts. So I am. Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong button. Instead of taking profit 50%, I've just closed my short. It's okay. Idiot. Just closed my short position completely. I've just got back into it with like a smaller size now. Just so I'm basically neutral on this. Here goes Bitcoin leading the way. Quick bounce off of VWAP. Trend is up at the moment, so you would expect VWAP to be enough to take the highs. It is enough to take the highs. There we go. 25k taken. Opportunity to take a short position there. If you're in and out quickly off of this, that's like good. Look, I'm even beating the alerts. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We're in an uptrend. You tap into VWAP like that, it's a relatively straightforward long. That would be. What was that alert? I don't know what that alert that just went off in the background was. Something. What did the S&P do? Oh, it did the other way around. Oh, okay. I never actually took that low though, so it was interesting to see if it will take this high. 28k by today. It's very much possible. That is the highs of the range taken. Okay. This is happening quickly. All right, range highs taken. We are squeezing up. Let's mark this on here. There it is. Are we going to get the SFP? What even is the data? I don't know. It's coming as expected. It's as forecast, apart from core CPI, which is like slightly higher, but who gives a shit? No one cares what the data actually is. We just care about the market itself and what's going on. I haven't really seen any reason to short this yet. I think from taking the range highs, you can probably expect a good scalp off of it. But if we're looking at the potential for a trade that's going to lead us... Because S&P still hasn't taken out these highs, has it? Nah. All internal. Weird. Okay. I guess there's nothing crazy's happened from yeah. I mean, it does feel squeezy, yeah. I think Like at this stage, obviously, you've just got to hold VWAP. So if you've taken the short and you can still take, like, where are our longs? How is this actually looking inside here? And the tick size up a little bit. Liquid, taking profit. Nice. I'm interested to see what Binance are doing as well. Look, they are chasing this. So at the moment, the bid is chasing. And some of these sells are clearing out. So, oh, another interesting thing. You know, all of these like people were talking about, oh, CZ's deployed like or bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and ETH. You know, he was tweeting that yesterday. So I did a bit of research because we were speaking about this in the trading room this morning. And I wanted to dig a little bit deeper to see, because honestly, I don't believe it. And $1 billion isn't that much in this market anyway. So I did a bit of digging. I did a bit of research. The Binance wallets are public. So if anyone wants to know what the Binance wallets are actually doing when he tweets this stuff, is very easy to find out. And I can tell you, he hasn't spent a penny of those $1 billion. So CZ has not spent a penny of those $1 billion yet, because it's right here. It's in the wallet. There it is. That's the $1 billion that he was speaking about. That's the transaction. So that's the wallet. It's still there. It's in BUSD. That's what he was saying he was deploying, right? Hasn't been spent. So although he tweeted that he's buying $1 billion, he hasn't at this stage, I don't think. So yeah. I might be wrong, but that's from the little bit of digging that I did earlier on. What's this blue line? There. Oh, that was the range highs, wasn't it? That was to see if we got the Oh my god, I've just realized what that alert was that went off earlier. I've just realized this. BingX. I got filled on a couple of short positions. I put some limit orders in. I was going to do like a little thing, like this was a demonstration. I was going to do like a little demonstration, but this was going to be before, I wanted to get this before CPI went in. So yeah, silly me. I've got a couple of short positions on BingX. That is what the alert was. Anyway, yeah, for those of you who are wanting to trade on this, it's quite a nice exchange. I've been playing around. I'm going to lose some money here probably, but yeah, short position on BingX. Jeez, at least my actual account is making money. How's ETH doing? So we were looking at this on Ethereum. This little range is so good. Bear signed up for BingX, got a free 1x leverage trade, $200, but they close it after 24 hours. Oh, okay. So that is the offer that we have. I wasn't aware that they would close it for you automatically after 24 hours, but fair enough. I guess it's just to avoid going through too much funding or whatever. But yeah, if anyone does want to trade on BingX, because with that you can trade the legacy markets as well. So we love Bybit. That's what I use still for trading crypto all the time. But BingX is really nice. You can trade the S&P on there. You can trade the DXY on there. You can trade gold. You can trade oil. You can trade gas. We've been talking about the gas trade that we've had, or the opportunity to take that long on natural gas. So you can trade all of those assets on BingX, which is very nice. And also you can trade it directly off of TradingView. So neat little exchange. And if you do sign up using the link that we have in the description, then you can get a $200 trade, a free $200 trade to take on there. It gives you $200 of trading credit. But it seems as though they close that after 24 hours. So just make sure you are just taking a day trade. Tony, some of them are CFDs, some of them are futures. Depends whether you are trading standard derivatives or perpetual derivatives or something along those lines. I still have to figure out exactly how it works. But yeah, they do have derivatives. They do have derivatives, and then they do have CFDs, which you pay a spread rather than a fee. Well, that was non-eventful. Nothing much has happened. I really thought that because the S&P has been just so flat over the past few days, I really thought that it would actually go for some significant highs or lows just during this. But I guess we're just going to have to wait until the open now. It's cleared the way, and I would still go for this idea. But this is what we so often see. I was just under the assumption that because we've been very flat, there would be a good opportunity to take liquidity. But so often, this happens so often that you get these moves, but they always end up just being internal. So as the news hits, you get the big like internal sweep of both sides, just clear everyone out. And then when the market opens, you actually go and take the highs or the lows that have been put in from the data that's been released. So it looks like we're in that kind of situation today. We do have almost another hour to go until open. I'm not going to be able to stick around for the open today. I do need to head off in a little bit, but I just wanted to catch this little move, have a little chat, see what we could get. And yeah, and do that. See, did ES take the highs? Which ones are we really looking at? I don't know. No, it didn't. It took the lows. Yeah, ES took the lows. The problem with ES right now is people. I'd rather look at this chart outside of New York trading hours. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah. What's our previous day? Yeah, that was New York yesterday. Do I think the high is in? No. No, I don't. That doesn't mean we can't have a bit of a pullback, but I think, yeah, I look, we got to look at this on the macro. Although we've been taking a lot of short positions, absolutely nothing bad happened from a macro perspective. This is the first buy the dip opportunity you've had for the whole year. It just took out the lows, wiped everyone out, got everyone scared. You engineer a little bit of FUD that's just complete shit. It doesn't mean anything. USDC's lost its peg loads of times before. It's nothing new. It's just an opportunity to squeeze people out of the market. You have your first real buying opportunity created by some FUD, and then you continue in the direction that we're going for the year so far, which is like overwhelmingly up. So we had a really good chance to take like significant short positions since like February. So almost a month, no, like 3 weeks worth of good short opportunities. You come into the golden pocket, and yeah, first real buying opportunity, and then because you've got FUD within that, it just rips apart like anyone who's too scared to buy at that stage, and you just get continuation. It's very similar to what we had like back here, where you had this was FTX that was driving this down move, and there was so much opportunity to short it, but then when you actually get the good buy opportunity, it's just gone like in an instant. It just completely disappears. So yeah, I don't think the high is in. I think, yeah, the only thing that could really concern me, and this is what we've been talking about for ages, there is the situation here, and this is really the only thing. So I think this week is quite important to see whether the SPX can just get itself back out of the situation that it is in. Oh my god, here we go. Yeah, so there we go. High clearly wasn't in. Told you to be careful on those shorts. We are now everything last week up until Friday. We were talking about short positions being nice, and yeah, now we're looking at longs. I could have taken that. Is CZ deploying his capital yet? Is he actually buying the $1 billion that he said he would? Have a look at some transactions. So Binance have just bought 424 ETH with USDT. So ETH also looking good. Ethereum, we're waiting for this move up here. We need to start talking about upside targets again on this now. All my drawings have gone. It's all a mess. I quite like the look of ETH BTC. I have to be honest. I think I actually quite like the look of it. Like honestly, everything's pointing towards 30k now. Like 28,800. That was the some of the confidence that we had last time. 30k. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. BingX supports answer to my question if the contracts are CFDs. I believe not. I do have to say that I don't think that any of the BingX employees really understand anything about trading. From my experience with them, there's obviously they're a new exchange. I think a lot of them are college kids, which is the same with a lot of these exchanges. A lot of the support and the crypto exchanges out there will just be kids that are at college, and it's like a call center. So like in, they'll employ college kids and stuff in call centers around here, and I think it's a similar situation for a lot of these exchanges. They'll just be like, yeah, 16, 17 year olds that won't actually know what trading is. They'll just have a script that they need to read in front of them. So yeah, and that goes for the majority of these exchanges anyway. I can check it. I'll have a look. How can we swing trade this higher to 30K? You can't. Um, yeah, I just don't think you can. The thing with the market now is it just can't, it shouldn't be pulling back. So yeah, unfortunately, if you've missed it, you've missed it. You've just got to wait for another opportunity for a swing trade to come along at this stage. And there have been plenty of opportunities. The thing is, sometimes you get these, like last week, we only really took that as like a day trade, scalp trade long, and sometimes they just stick. So your best bet now is to get into a trade and just see what can stick. So again, if you'd been around, if you were in the crew, if you traded the long that we'd taken in the crew this morning, and you just hold on to them, the trend is up. There's absolutely no reason to be closing out of long positions whilst the trend is up. So you're up 8% from a trade that we took during very, very flat price action. You're up 8% on this, and the market hasn't even come close to stopping you out. So if you were in a long from earlier, and I made this mistake, I closed it too early, just because I didn't really want to be exposed on either side as we go into CPI. But there's no reason to close long positions, and that's how you can get yourself maybe into a swing from there. So now you've got to wait for another range to form. Let's say a range starts to form around here. Price just whoops. We'll go on the 1 minute. We'll go to a clean chart, and let's say, for example, we put in a low that comes down here. We start to trade around. We do something like this that comes and takes the highs, and then you're looking at lows to come in, have a few of those, and then you try and just catch one of these, and then by catching one of those, you can then take the next leg up. So what you want to do is these first rejections, you don't really want to be taking this out. And I'd say because we're still trending, we don't want to be taking that out. But as soon as we do drop into a range and we start to go sideways, you look for those internal like pockets of liquidity, you take the position, and then you can try and catch that next move if there is to be a next move. And that's really your only option now. You just continue trading it as normal. And because the market is in your favor, if you can get a good entry on a long, you shouldn't be stopped on it. You should just be able to just continue to let those run. So, yeah. The other option is you find a short and then you can take that back down again. But that's difficult because at the moment to find a short, you've got to like literally catch like the high. Otherwise, you're just blown out of the market. So if we look at what we've actually got going on here again, and we look at the delta, we are getting into a situation. So look, we can see why we squeezed a second time from this, because you can see the short starting to enter whilst we were just holding within a range. And yeah, you've got longs that are really kind of putting in that move, but you can see why we squeezed a second time there. Now we do seem to be in a situation, at least here, where the shorts have given up and the longs are starting to get a little bit greedy. So are we reaching a point now where we are seeing exhaustion on this move? We're not really seeing buying imbalances up at the highs. They are just initiating the actual moves itself. So I don't see any reason to still, like it was here, I didn't see any reason to short. I still don't see anything that's clear enough for me to go, okay, this is where I want to really be taking a short position from. We're looking on a 1 minute time frame. We're looking at volume is remaining fairly healthy. We're continuing to get these negative delta candles that are closing green. So I don't yet see a situation where you would want to be short. Now you're starting to get some imbalances. That could be got much bigger. So now you've got some imbalances up at the highs and you haven't taken out the high. Coming up to daily and confluence of golden pocket. Yeah, we'll check that out in a minute. Oh, we're still good, aren't we? Taking again. Yeah. Let's look on the macro again. Like I say, there's going to be a chance to short this soon. Yeah, we've got this one, haven't we? I want to know where we are with the fibs on this. Yeah, 618 here. Okay. We have just hit it, yeah. I know. All right, we've got now these longs are now not having as much of an effect. So if there is a scalp short, a chance for a short here, this could be the one. 26.8 was what we were saying though, wasn't it? That's quite a long way off. I'm looking at this. I don't check the heat map that often, but I've been looking at it. Just I'm interested to see what's going on with Binance, because if they are moving the market, I think it's nonsense. I don't really think that's what's going on here. But yeah, I want to see what they are doing at the very least. Half an hour until open. John Z, we've been in a bull run for the entire year. I'm of the assumption that we are going through something like we did in 2019, where price has a major rally. Still within, we're not thinking about new all-time highs or anything like that, but I think we're looking at this being the phase in the market. Everyone was laughing at me for this not so long ago, but I think we're in this phase of the market here. That's where I think we are. And that's where I thought we've been for quite some time. As soon as FTX happened, then I was like, that's the capitulation. I think we're probably looking at this being the buy opportunity. That's the black swan event that you want to kick off the markets. We've just had a similar, well, people say it's a black swan event, it's not, but we've just had the first buying opportunity of this rally. And it does have the potential to lead you to significant profit, like significantly higher from this. So, yeah. Yeah, I think the bull run started when FTX when FTX finished, because you need something like that. And we never took the lows again, did we? So that was the time in which to just start to get greedy. And then you have a really nice December. But yeah. But as a trader, I don't care. I'm not too fussed with what happens with the market. Okay, we're getting the divergences at the top. So I think for this move, I think we're looking at now's the chance where that high that we did put in could be the type of high that you'd want to be using as an invalidation for. Oh my! I say that, but I'm still seeing shorts starting to come in again. I was really confident then. I was like, this could be the time in which you're starting to look to hedge. But I see shorts starting to come into the market again and getting greedy. So we've got more of them to squeeze out. Every time you think you're just about to hit it, it's like, okay, we've got to squeeze the rest of the shorts out. And there we go again. So we're going to try this again. There will be a short opportunity here. It's going to happen, but it can't happen whilst you have shorts entering in these little ranges and you start to put in these little mini divergences. And look at the trade count. You're still getting loads of people trying to step in front of this, but the size is long. There we go. Clear them out again, try again. See if there is going to be any chance to catch a short. And this is the great thing about order flow. This is what I say. And this is why order flow is so much. I do not use order flow to take trades. I use order flow to stop myself from taking bad trades. Generally speaking, that's how I use it. Because I was just thinking for a few seconds then, if I'd have just looked at the market and I was like, okay, just looking from this, you had a bit of a reversal candle there. You could attempt to get into a short position based off of this. Okay, there was a decent rejection. We've had a couple of spikes to the upside. We were starting to hold. It started to look as if it was rolling over. That could get you into a short, and then you're starting to look for a short. But we never really closed anything below a low that was put in. Really, to get any kind of trigger for this, you'd be wanting to close candles below here, and then you can start to get those shorts with that as your invalidation and take that back down again. Never happened. Every low that we're putting in just keeps getting taken out. But the nice thing about order flow is here, like you just see, oh, what the fuck? Price is holding, shorts are entering. That open interest is short positions. Longs aren't really that bothered here. And then you squeeze them out again. And then once they all get stopped out, once you return back to normal, you go back to here. So order flow is great. It just stops you getting into bad trades. Wolf Trade Academy says 26331. We reject there, I bet. I mean, we're through that already, so that's unfortunately a fail. 2633. Yeah, we are. We're through 2633. We're right there. Was that daily level? I've lost all perspective of where we are right now. It really does not matter where we are. this is something else that I spoke about during the trading room. There are so many people out there, and this isn't directed. So, Wolf Trade Academy, this isn't directed at you at all, but it just reminds me of something that I spoke about earlier on, because there's such a tendency, especially when we're in like a really like impulsive trending market like this, where you just want to be looking at like long positions are what are paying out at the moment. And it's the same as what it was a couple of weeks ago. Short positions, we were just hammering shorts, hammering shorts, hammering shorts. But you've got to understand like when the market is going the other way, and there's such a tendency with so many people. I won't name names, but one of them sounds like CZ, and is a bit of a weirdo, and he seems to like want to trade. Well, there's certain people out there that seem to be like, oh, this is the level that's going to that's like going to reverse us. Like this is the level. This is the level. Short here. Oh, we're going to stop here. This is the level. I'm going to give you the best levels on Bitcoin to trade. And if that was the case, if that's the game that you're playing, you're going to get continuously fucked up every single time you're trying to trade against that, because so many traders don't understand the difference between a scalp and a swing. And they'll be like, oh, I've caught the exact high. And it seems to be a competition with so many people that they're always fighting the trend, always, because that's where the levels are, right? If you're looking at high time frame levels, if you're looking at MPOCs, if you're looking at liquidity, they're always going to be against the trend. They're always going to be fighting it. This the reason that it's an MPOC is because it's been left behind. So, and it's just really dangerous. And this was something that I struggled with for a while. And honestly, the easiest thing is just trade with the flow of the market. Just continuously trade with the flow of the market, and you'll be much better off. So here, like, we know that we're in an uptrend. You tap the VWAP and it sends it. Yeah, it's very, very straightforward stuff. You tap the VWAP and it sends it another 8.5%. Here, you're in an uptrend. Clearly, you can trade these little like local downtrends, and there's plenty of opportunity to get into shorts, in the same way that there's going to be plenty of opportunity to get into shorts again with this move here once it starts to change local market structure. But unless you're going off of liquidity, so yeah, we had the short position here, we were able to catch that, but so many people, what's going to happen with them is they're going to get caught thinking, okay, I've caught the exact high, I'm happy with that, and then they don't take profits because it doesn't break market structure. So they're not really looking at anywhere to take profits, because people don't really want to take profit when it's still internal. So they haven't taken profit on it. It starts to send it back the other way. And then they've just round tripped all that profit. So then they don't want to close. So then they try and add to it, thinking, oh, I wanted to short the daily. Oh, I wanted to short the MPOC. I should have been right in that idea, but I never took profits. And then look, the fact, they're gone. They're out. So yeah, this is why I've been trying to, at least recently, and this was the situation from last week, remember? When I was saying, we're in a downtrend, trade shorts, just take short positions because we're in a downtrend. And then once we caught that and we started to flip it the other way, now it's a situation where the market changes and you're going to get stopped out on one of those. But the market changes and then you go, okay, cool, market's changed. I accept that. I got stopped out of one of my trades that I was taking as a short. It's the other way around, and then you take it in the other direction. So the market can flip so quickly. That's just a little bit of a rant. Because I see it so often. I know people are probably trying to do that. I hope that most people watching this right now aren't trying to knife catch, aren't trying to step in front of a big old rocket dildo machine and take shorts, because you're just going to get continuously blown out of the market time and time and time again. You don't need to be catching those trades where you go, oh, look at me, I caught the exact high. Sometimes it happens, okay? I caught the exact low. It happens. But that was at a time where we'd had the capitulation. I didn't try stepping in front of this. You then have the range that you can start to trade. You got a little break of market structure at the lows, and then you actually have a technical reason to enter that trade. So you have a technical reason to enter, and it gives you a reversal. And so far, we've had no technical reason to enter a short. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let's see where we're at now. Where are we at within this market? Well, no, short's entering into this again. So there's still not. I still don't see a clear reason to be taking a short position. So now what we're looking at, and we can just follow this on with the order flow, and we can use this as an example. I do need to head off fairly soon, but there's your low. We put in a new low. Now that's your reference. Now we can see from the order flow, we've got more shorts opening than longs. But if now we start to close below 26,100, if we do start to get candle closes below, then you can target the next low, which is somewhere down here. But right now, that's the low that we put in. So you have a little corrective move, 3 candles correction. You put in a low, you're coming back. And this is what we've continued to have. Little corrective move, you put in a low, you continue higher. You put in a low, you continue higher. You put in a low, so far, continuing higher. Here, little corrective move. You put in a low, you continue higher. That little one in there, a bit of a tricky one. It was very volatile, but you could have initiated a short from once you start to trade below that candle there. Here, if you start to trade below this low, you can take a short. And your invalidation is then where your recent high was, which is up here. But as of yet, and this is without even using order flow, this is just simple market structure. Once we start trading below there, then maybe you can start to get a bit of continuation. Because there's your trap short on the back tick. So once they're allowed out and you start trading below it, then you can target the next one. And that's why I marked that one as a low. So this trend, still for now, is up, but I would be very, very happy to take a short position if we can trade below these. And these are my take profits. How many likes do we have? Do we have enough? Come on, everyone. You gotta gotta smash this like. Smash the likes up. And I'll do this as an example, okay? It might not play out, it doesn't always play out. But just trading the most simple stuff, looking at the candles that are in front of you, what the market is doing, and just going with the flow of the market. I will take this trade if we start to trade below that low. So I'm not fussed about catching the high. Doesn't matter to me. That high would become the invalidation. John Z, do you think SPX 500 is also in bull run? See, that I'm a little bit. I need to see what happens this week with the S&P. I need to see whether it can get itself out of the little sticky situation that it's found itself in, which is what Bitcoin Bitcoin found itself in a pretty sticky situation last week. But I need to see, before I have confidence in the S&P, I need to see it get out of this again. Just because by doing this, it's running into something that it did in 2018, where you this is where like financial crisis actually started. And because we've got all this talk about the banks and everything going on, I think if it can't get itself out of this, at that stage it starts to look kind of bad. If it can get itself out of this and you can just start like get back above like 39, then happy days. I think the S&P could go to new all-time highs. Because I think that it's then showing resilience in the face of everything that's going on with the Silicon Valley Bank and with all of that kind of stuff, with inflation going up, and it's just proving that stuff is priced in. But yeah, if it starts to struggle, and if companies starts to struggle, then that's what you have to seriously, because then you're looking at seriously like further downside on Bitcoin and etc. and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah. Going to church to pray for a dump. Everyone wants a dump. Like this rally, it's the same one as we had earlier in the year. How hated, how like salty was everybody in January and February until we started to pull back. Like this is the crazy thing about markets, is like everyone who everyone who had missed the January rally and who had been concerned about, who had fallen for the FTX FUD for a start, sold their crypto because of the FTX FUD and all of that, and not used it as a really good buying opportunity, which is what it was. Those people now were there throughout the whole of January being like, I need a pullback. Oh, I missed the opportunity to buy. Oh, I need a retrace. Oh, if price comes back down to here, I'll buy it. Oh, I'll buy it. Oh, I'll buy it. And then price gives you a 61.8% retrace from the lows, taking out all of the highs that we put in. Yeah, more ranting. Okay, more ranting. It gives you more than a 50% retrace. We came down to the 618. We came down to the golden pocket. It gave you that as an opportunity to buy. And then what happens? They throw in some USD FUD right in their faces. And they're like, I need to sell all my Bitcoin again because I bought it because I thought we were in a bull market. And then they sell it again at the golden pocket, which was the opportunity to buy. And they miss it again. So the same people that hated the rally last time are the exact people that are hating on this rally. They're the same people. And it just happens over and over and over again. Okay, now we could probably take a short here. So we started to trade below. Okay, you've had a little break of market structure here. So now you're looking at the opportunity to get into shorts. Like this is the first time really within this move, short position. So ideally what you want to do is probably get it above that high and use this as an invalidation and trade it back down into support. But for me, I've just marketed into a short now just to show this as an example of how you can just trade market structure on its own and just take it down to the next one. This might not play out. At the moment, it's a really, really poor risk to reward. That's the problem. But the probabilities after breaking like a little bit of market structure like this is that you can then start to trade it in the other direction. So we started trading below a low that was put in. We put in a high, we put in a low, we put in a lower high, and now we put in a lower low. It's the first time within this whole move. Whoops. So now you're looking at, so that was my entry. Actually, it wasn't. It was up here somewhere. And now you're looking to take it back down again. And you don't need order flow for this. 26163. Okay, I caught that one quite nicely. Oh, wow. Did I actually? That is 26,163. Okay. I can prove this. I didn't realize I caught the exact high of that candle. I just marked it in. 26,163. So that's the short I just took. Poor risk to reward, but just using it as an example, just to see how it plays out. Because you can trade it this way. And you're starting to see the shorts coming in. Now, this, for me, I'm a little bit concerned because I still do think that this has the opportunity to squeeze higher and we still are in an uptrend. So we are fighting the trend here. But all we want to do is just get a little bit of liquidity from this. So, can we hit take profit? The big question. In fact, that's the low there. So yeah, there we go. We've hit take profit. So done. Okay, we didn't catch the highs, but you started to change market structure and you've got immediately take profit one. Done. Can we get take profit two? Still using the same invalidation for this. But if you've closed 50% of it, you've got a one-to-one risk to reward, so you're not going to make a loss. So at the very least, you close 50% out on that first one, you can't make a loss anymore. I was kind of lucky because I caught the literal high of that candle that was our confirmation afterwards. So you have the close below. You want to get back in at the best possible opportunity. I just marketed in for the sake of it. But it turns out because I'm a whale, I caused the market to dump. So that's how you trade against the trend. All right, you just quickly hit a take profit. The trend is still up. Like as soon as you start to roll over onto any other time frame, trend is still up. All right, here. Okay, now you started to break market structure, I'd say on the 3 minute, but you've only it's only a wick. 5 minute, okay, you've closed below a low here. So if you're trading the 5 minute, you're probably targeting down here. I mean, you're targeting a bit of a reversal. So we're still really on the 1 minute time frame. So I don't think that we're looking at that being the high. Yeah, I still think we can come in SFP that high. Because if you're looking at that from a 5 minute time frame, it's just too far away. Yeah, that's it. Literally all you need. Just read the candles. Order flow is there to help you. That's all you need. And don't try and catch the highs. Wait for the market to give you a reason to enter. I'm happy that played out because that was a risky one. That was really risky. Because I was, knife catching like that is scary. I wasn't sure if that would work or not. But you have a nice case study now. Man, I was going to save 200k if I knew that 1 year ago. Yeah. Got to remember as well. Okay, so we haven't even New York hasn't even opened yet. That happens in 8 minutes. I'm going to stay for the first 10 minutes of New York Open. Then I really do need to go because I have to leave. And then I've got like a 1 hour drive. So luckily New York is at 1:30 today. Trend is still up. So now we're just looking at the S&P. I'm going to just place some alerts here. But yeah, that shorts hit take profit one. So fair enough. Happy about that. Let's see if it gets any more. I don't like the amount of short positions opening here. So I still think we're probably going to take these highs. We just the one take profit off of that's probably sufficient. If you want to be safe on here, because we're coming into New York Open, probably just close out the rest of that. Because now order flow is telling me that if I was wanting to enter here, I wouldn't be too confident. But I'll hold it just to see if we can get this. Because it's only small position size. Mace Sound, yeah, we do 2 live trading sessions a day. So similar to this, really. It's not always. So I do the London today. I do New York tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing New York session tomorrow, and then I do like regular kind of other stuff. Then Luxury does his calls, which is a bit of a different technique. That's using more of order flow, using like the trap value areas, that kind of thing. French Bull's doing his streams, which is on Elliott Wave and stuff. But yeah, we have multiple live trading sessions per week. Each of us doing multiple live trading sessions per week, and live like analysis and stuff. I guess essentially wolf trade. Essentially I am trading butt naked because I could trade this without a single line on the chart. The reason I've got the lines there is to give reference points. But I don't really need any lines on the chart sometimes to trade it. You just gotta understand the way that the market moves, and yeah. You could long this. So we've had a corrective move and we've come back into that low, but now you're going beyond, you're going even lower than the 1 minute, and you're going into like the realms of like the 10-second chart and stuff like that. So we've got an uptrend here. So I'm going to move this over to the S&P, and we're going to take a look at the S&P. What's this line? Oh, okay. So we've just taken out highs. Right, cool. So SPX has taken out those highs. Finally. There. Crazy thing about the S&P is the trend's still down off of this. So this is what we were saying, right? So this is what we've had. The first time liquidity's been hit, we have taken the highs. We're going to go for the lows. So that's maybe making me feel a little bit more comfortable about that short position that I just took. The trend is still down. We're going to go into the open. You'd want to just whip those highs quickly as this opens. And then you're probably aiming down here. I'm not as good at trading the S&P. But if I was to have a guess, you see, the problem is you've got, so 4 hour down. 1 hour depends how we close. But overall, down. 15-minute depends how we close again. So fairly neutral on the 15. 5-minute, pretty much neutral again. And then you're looking at the lower time frames, which are in an uptrend. So we keep putting in these highs on the S&P. So we've got this little local uptrend going on. So you want on open to hit these. And then take it up and then reverse it. So if we're looking for New York open now, which is just about to happen, you'd want to take out maybe just that one, take out the highs, and then probably then start to follow the bigger trends. Above us, there's not really any liquidity to get to. So this could, I guess, just continue to push a little bit. Do we have a gap? Gap up. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so the S&P's taken out those. That makes sense. Basketballs. Luke, do you understand the market more, or is it easier to understand women? Thanks. I'd like to think I have a pretty good way with both. I don't know. Let's say if you can understand the market, you can understand women. If you understand women, you can understand the market. If you can't understand one of them or either of them, then you are a woman. I don't even know what I'm saying. No one can understand either, then. Does that work? I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense. Can you look at Google? I can look at Google. I probably won't have much to say on it. Goog. I gotta look on higher time frames here. I don't know. It's not my thing. My time frame. Look, we're talking about market structure here. What's happened? Okay, you've broken it. So we're looking good. You've come down, downtrend, all year, for a whole year since November 21. A whole year of downtrend. Dooby. We've had a couple of occasions previously where you've broken and rolled over, but then that's been looking more of a range. So here you got a bit more structure going on. You're coming back down into where you had some support. So if you're just looking even more locally at this, then you start to break through that here, and then you're back in your uptrend. So you're hitting into stops. Not necessarily hitting into stops, but hitting into liquidity, because at that point, that's where you start to just change that little local move. You're coming back down here, little gap, maybe. Okay, that's the gap. That's the only gap that we've got down there within this range. So you fill that. You again break the structure on the lower time frames from this. You're coming back again into this little reference. So yeah, a lot of things at the moment are suggesting that there's decent upside to come. Yeah, you'd have to be favoring long positions off of this. From where we were, like I guess the problem here, like whatever you're doing, that's your invalidation there. So if you were long off of this, and then you're targeting continuation here, you'd be looking up towards these highs or whatever. So yeah. Thank you, Roynek. I think this is what I'm just focusing more on right now for a lot of people, because we've obviously covered like multiple. So within Taurus and what we kind of do on a daily basis is we're talking about just multiple ways in which to analyze the markets and in which to trade. But it's all well and good like talking about all this stuff that's there and like where the confluence is and where we're likely to get these reversals and things. But I've just preferred recently just to, partly because of laziness and partly because of just there's so much out there that can give you like different reasons to take entries at different times, then I just go for sometimes what just the most straightforward simple answer is on a chart, and I just got to take things back to the basics. And what I know is I've always found that I've had like a good understanding for where the market's going to go, and when you actually look at it, the best opportunities are given to you as trades for when the market structure is in your favor. You can always, it's nice to know where the market's likely to end up, but to actually trade that is what we're here for. And then yeah, that's where my confirmation and stuff is. So market structure has always been massively important. I just don't think I focused enough until recently. It helps you get into so many more trades as well, because you don't need to guess where you are with the market, and you don't need to wait. You don't need to be as patient. Analysis is really good for like day trades, swing trades, but simple market structure, you can just like most people would have told you to take this as a trade as poor risk management, poor risk to reward. But the chances are there in your favor, and I don't remember there's very, very rarely opportunities where these will lose. So although you've not got the best risk to reward on it, you've got an incredibly high percentage hit rate, incredibly high. And then if you can get a good entry on here, which is why you try and just aim for the good entry after you've had the confirmation, you can then milk that risk to reward with again incredibly high probabilities that you're gonna win that trade. Anyway, yeah, we've had some fun today. This has been good. I hope you guys have found it useful. I might have to take a little highlight of that little trade and show that just as an example of, yeah, it's not rocket science example kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Have a great day, everyone. I still think overall the market's looking good. So although we've taken this as a little short as the example for this video, I still think we're looking pretty good. So yeah, I don't know what else. I'm going to leave it at that. We'll see where price ends up later on. I'm going to shoot off now, and I will be back here tomorrow. We've had CPI. Tomorrow we've got PPI. So more fun to be had tomorrow. And I'll see you all then. Cheers. Bye.